Hey guys, welcome back to House Flipper 2 with Rash from Rash Decision. If you are enjoying the content, please leave a like and subscribe to let me know. Enjoy the video. Alright, the time has come. We're going to fix this house. We have all our tools. We have everything we need. A lot of money in the bank. We're going to say to hell with the laptop. We're going to go out the door. And I'm sure as you saw, there was like a little bit of stuff being done here. Mostly this was just creative process, just seeing what worked, what didn't. I'm not sure how I feel about this up here. I may do something different. But as we go down, we can actually see this has changed quite a bit. So I want to talk about this for just a little bit. When it comes to this kitchen, I was mostly just experimenting with like how cabinets are built and placed in the shop. And if you actually see here, I have completed all the assemblies that I do have available to me. And if we go into the store, I was mostly just kind of working out how cabinets work and how to put them together, that sort of thing. I don't remember which cabinet set this was now that I think about it. I think it was Brooks. Yeah, that looks right. It looks like Brooks. But when you open up a cabinet in this custom setup here, we have a few different options. I did mention in a previous mission that you can actually have islands. You could change from the laminate countertop edging to a half bulldoze. That's always really nice. We can have like different handles, no handle. You can have all kinds of different handles here. There's actually those are the ones I was talking about in that one house previously where they'll wear out really fast. I don't much care for these bull rings. But yeah, I was just kind of playing around with how these work and how to put them together. And I realized that there is a little bit of a shortcoming because of the way that the countertop corners work. Because corners don't really give you an option for a smooth transition like this. I guess what I would have to do is grab like a thin cabinet and put it in right here, and then kind of push this out, and we'll get to this in just a moment. And maybe like kind of push this out a little bit, because we push that out to there and put in like a thin cabinet here. I can actually get away with putting in, let's see, you know what, actually I'm kind of curious, can I do something like this? Okay, so technically I can, and that doesn't look half bad. You can see down there at the bottom there's a little bit of a gap where the toe cake goes, but that's not too awful bad. Like, you know, I could deal with that. I could probably do like a countertop to a countertop to island, or bar, I should say, transition, and make it look really nice that way. But the shortcoming really comes down into the fact that when you have these corner pieces, they have their island or bar that extends all the way around instead of just on one side. There's no option to have it on just one side. So that's part of what I was experimenting with here, was just how cabinets fit together, how cabinets are put together, that sort of thing. And of course, you know, like having the stone here, I'm thinking about changing out that stone for something different. But this is actually what I was talking about at first. I like doing this sort of bright accents with like a darker or like a earthier tone as like the primary shade that defines everything. And of course I just build off of that shade. So this one have like this dull orange that kind of almost looks like a tan or maybe a brown, aged vanilla, that line of thinking. And so I have like the walnut floor in herringbone that just accents that those colors, because you see like there's like lots of greens and oranges and reds in this, and that just bounces off of this and makes it look really nice with the white trim that goes everywhere. But step one of all, step one out of everything, the reason I wanted this so badly is to get rid of this, because it never really made a whole lot of sense to me as to why it was here. So we are getting rid of this. I don't like it. I don't want it here. Get rid of it. And of course, when I get rid of this, I'm actually going to have room back in there to change out the front door. And that's actually one of the things, another thing I was experimenting with was how to do like the doors and how they get placed and what have you. And that's actually how I ended up with the back door looking the way it does. And I'll look at it here in just a moment, give you a better look, show you what I mean. So we'll get rid of that. There we go. Now we have this open, and I'm actually going to sell that as well. Means I'm probably going to need to move that over. Let's move this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to sell those. I'm going to get duller ones that kind of look a little better. And while we have no light in the room, before I continue in there, because I have all the stuff here to rebuild that, I'm actually going to show you this. This was... There's like that Roman type column that's here by default, and I couldn't replicate it. I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I couldn't figure out how to replicate it. So I built my own column with blackjack and hookers. And if we actually turn off that light, we turn off these lights. Actually, if you notice, I have lights over here, top of the stove as well, and it's all controlled by the same switch as these. If I turn this on, I put lights inside of this, and I felt like that was a really neat idea that I just accidentally stumbled upon. Has like that little effect going on. It's super, super subtle. It's not exactly how I would do it in the real world. If I did that in the real world, I would probably just use like an LED tube, like a clouded tube, just kind of scatter the light a little bit better. And I probably wouldn't use like breeze blocks, obviously, but this was just kind of a interesting idea I had while I was looking through the shop, and it kind of ended up working out really, really well because the breeze blocks, unless you get really, really close to them, you can't see the seams on them, so it looks like a solid column like this. So let's go ahead and we'll get this done. Let's see, that's the white, so that's for the ceiling. And we'll just go ahead and grab this. And of course, you know, we're actually going to be going through and completing this house. But I'm going to follow the kind of like the same style. That way it just keeps it really short instead of having to mess with anything more complex than this. Let's see, I believe it's this one that's going to... There we go. There we go. And done. Oh, I got one more. There we go. And this one. Wait, no. I think I ran out of the flooring. I don't see it here. So I may have just run out of the flooring. I'm not quite sure. But let me at least get the painting. If I remember correctly, this is just your standard... I didn't make any different selections. I think it's just the standard red and orange paint. There it is. And it's like this color right here, this faded that comes up from the baseline. Yeah, it's just this one right here. I didn't do anything different. I thought about doing like a little bit darker and do this one, which I might go back and do or might do later. But I'm probably going to do like different colors upstairs and like different colors in the bathroom, that sort of thing. One of the cool parts about this style is that you can kind of replicate the style itself to every room in the house and just change this base color, and it looks like a completely different setup. So like one of the things I did in house number 1 to keep everything really quick and easy was I would do this style with like the aged vanilla look with the white trim and all this. I'm thinking about putting a strip right up through there, but anyway. And I would do like the white trim and all this, and everything. Every room in the house would have like some variation of this. Like it would all have the white trim in the windows, but then I would paint like a room with red, like a bright red, or paint like the bathrooms with like a moody cobalt, like the really, really dark blue. And it always ended up looking so fantastic. Even though it was the same style, it looked fresh every time I looked. You look in a different room, because I would change the decor, or I would change the way that color fit into that room. And you'll see what I mean when I get to the bathroom. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I didn't like the fact there wasn't a bathroom on the first floor, so I changed this laundry room into a little half bath under the stairs. And then the laundry room got moved into here. And of course, I replicated the color scheme into this room as well. Still thinking about moving this wall over and moving this door over, so I'll end up with a little bit more room in the laundry room, but it won't make any difference. Won't make any difference whatsoever. and now let me go ahead and replicate what's on the floor here. And if you notice, I don't have the modify style yet, but I don't need it. I thought I needed the modify style to modify anything that was on the floor because I didn't realize all you had to do was hit E when you're looking at something. I didn't see this over here again, just the same as the last episode. When you're talking and you're trying to entertain while you're talking about it, you can do like this. I saw this, but I didn't really see this. And then it kind of occurred to me, oh, I can do that. Oh, I feel like a jackass. That kind of thing. Let me see. Copy style. There we go. I'm going to buy that. And that's going to be my flooring for right here to finish this out. And I'll probably put like a welcome mat or something over here. So what I was talking about with like the back door, this was not meant to go here. This was actually meant to go at the front, but because I had that little entry lobby, foyer, what you want to call it, had that right there, I couldn't really fit the door in. So I ended up with this extra door and nothing to do with it. And then when I kind of got it back here, I was like, oh, maybe this will work as a back door. And it actually does work as a back door. I really do like having like the extra light right here. But I may end up pulling that back. Actually, you know what? I have that on hand, so I'm going to do that right now while I'm talking to you. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that back to like there. And then we'll just leave that like that. Good, good. Actually, you know what? I could do that the other way. I'm going to need this tile again anyway later, so that's not really a problem. This is actually the same texture as the countertops, and the reason I did that is this is actually a really common way to do things where I live. I do live in a country, more country state, more rural state. You wouldn't think so if you looked at it, but it really actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this right here. Yeah, having the counters match the flooring, that's honestly like really, really common where I live. But I've heard that it isn't very common anywhere else. It's more of a stylistic choice of the area. I don't really know what started it. There's not really much rhyme or reason to it. It's just a really common choice that people make when they're redoing their counters and cabinets. And a lot of times it's actually that they're taking the tiles from the floor and trying to rebuild the cabinets, or rebuild the countertop. I'm sorry, not the cabinets. You know what I'm actually going to do? No, that's going to be way too much. I started to say I'm going to redo the backsplash in it, but I think it's going to be too much. That's going to be way too much. But I also don't like how much brown there is here. Like there's a little bit too much brown. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to see about maybe like color, changing the color. Maybe doing something a little bit darker. I don't like that. Faded, maybe. This is also something that really, really impressed me when I looked at it at first. Having the option of all the colors in the that you have an option for. I still would love to see like RGB values, but this is very much the next best thing. Like having these options for like big, bright colors like this. It really just sets this game apart from the first one. Now, I've always been a big fan of like the earthy values. Like I've got the oak, or rather walnut, I guess is really what it's supposed to be. The stained walnut with the copper handles, and everything around it is copper and got like the black accents. But I really don't like the idea of having the backsplash be too dark, especially with the light countertops. And because I'm already thinking about redoing the island, I'm already having bad ideas here, folks. I love the wood, but I think I'm going to do a dark granite countertop instead. I want to change the lip as well, but I'm going to do a dark granite countertop and then do like this on the backsplash. So let me go ahead and do that before I start, and then we'll kind of worry about doing the well, that doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to be too bright, but it really isn't. The cabinets really do set that apart, don't they? You know what? Let me get it placed, and then we'll make a decision. I also love how the windowsill here just lines up so perfectly with it. It's almost like it was made for it. I mean, it looks like just a continuation of that countertop. I love that. I absolutely love it. You see that. And you can kind of see it peeking up over. And I really don't know how I feel about that. I wish this was made just a little bit taller so, excuse me, so it would hide that. Because having like a little bit of paint right there, that paint would get so messed up so fast from all of the stuff you'd be cooking. Like it would just wrinkle and then it would just start peeling off really quickly. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, yeah, you know what? Let me at very, very least, whoops. Let me lay down a test cabinet. I'm just going to grab this. Let me duplicate. Whoops. You know what? I'm going to do this. Can't do that. I was hoping I could find it in the store, but I think you can only do that with surfaces. It's okay. Let me see. Dishwasher. It wasn't a dishwasher. It was just a regular standing cabinet. Here it is. That's the one. And yeah, it's on that side. So I'm going to go ahead and do the number 2 countertop first. Yeah, I'm going to do number 2. Because if I'm going to replace all of it, I might as well start with one of them. And I'm going to use the 23 because that's what I've got on the others. And for the base, we've got the European walnut. For the top, I'm going to come back to that. For the front, go with European walnut. Handles, I'm going to change it from that to copper. And for the top, I'm going to change the... So it starts out with like a ceramic. That's like a laminate, really. Like a textured laminate, to be honest with you. Having a ceramic countertop would be a nightmare to clean. And well, I guess not really to clean, but to install it very, very... White marble. Let's see. Granite. Gray marble. Let's mess with that. See how that looks. Ooh, that does get really dark really fast, doesn't it? I don't care for that. The beige marble. That one has like the cracks and stuff running through it. Not sure how I feel about that one either. And there's like the multicolored light marble, but that one you can't do the custom color with this. But ooh, black terrazzo. That actually has like the copper tones in. I may have found a winner, guys. Guys, I found a winner. Look at that. Oh, slap yo grandma. I love that. I love that. Okay, yeah, we're doing that. Oh, I guess that is a stove. I thought I had a stovetop here. I guess not. Huh. Oh, oops. Go. I did have a stovetop there. It just glitched out. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. So if that's the case, I'm going to... Wait. I just realized I could have copied the style. I don't know why I didn't think about it until just now. I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking idiot. Oh, well. I've already sold them. I have to do something about it now. Okay. So I do remember how I had it set up. And I did have it set up with this smaller sink. And then a large part of that just had to do with the space that's available underneath that window. Let's see. So 23, base, European walnut. Whoops. Top, terrazzo. Ooh, what's this one? Black granite. I don't like that one nearly as much. Terrazzo. I don't know why. That looks so good with that copper because it has like the coppery, earthy tones in it. Go. There we go. Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's more to it. Actually, I'm going to do this sink. Oh, no. Let's see. Should I do the sink like that? I even said before I don't like dark colored sinks. Definitely not doing chrome. Yeah, we'll do copper. We'll just do copper. don't like that. I want to do the sink in a different color. Make it feel a little better. We'll do that, and then we'll do. Let's see. Not sure how I feel about that. Oh, I didn't see that. What? Okay. All right, that's next level. I didn't see any of this, and I've got like color options. It looks like. You know what? I mean, this is too crazy for what I'm doing here because I've already got too many colors kind of intermingling, but at the same time, I'm somewhat tempted. Now, can I? Ceramic? No. I was hoping I could make it the black terrazzo, but I guess not. If it was like an undermount sink, that would be possible, but I guess we're not going to do it here. I'm just going to go ahead and do the black iron. I'm not a huge fan of doing dark colored sinks. Yeah, see that? But you know what? If it works, it works. I'll put that out there, and I'll put the corner cabinet down first. Let's see. Okay. So when it talks here about functional, hanging, and standing, functional cabinets are literally cabinets that serve a function. That's all it really means right there. So I notice here, this is the one I use. Okay. I've noticed a couple of times that there's multiple stoves in every manufacturer, and that kind of gives you a little bit of a choice, but it also makes you have to stop and look at it and go, what's the difference between these two? There we go. Yeah, if I do it this way, then the sink will match this style using the black iron as like a base, as like a foundation, I guess is the best way to put it. If you look behind here, I actually did this because I was kind of experimenting with copying the previous style with like the European walnut like all over the place with like the little squares and everything. Doing like the shiplap like this, it's not bad. In fact, I still have the stuff to do it over here. It wasn't bad, but it's not something I would do everywhere. It's something I might replicate in like a few small spots. Like I might do it in here. I'm not really too sure yet. We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we need to. Standing cabinets. Let's see. I wanted to use this one because when you have it next to the sink right there, I didn't want anything to be in the way of the sink. I guess is the best way to put it. And when you have these Lazy Susans, the way that these work is this whole segment, this whole corner door, all of it opens, and if you did that, that's going to be right in the way of the sink, and I didn't like that idea, so I much preferred, what's this? Oh, this is like an outside corner. Now, I'm pretty sure this one's going to do, I just want to see something really quickly. Oh. Huh? Oh. Oh. That's how I can... Oh. That's how I can make that a really nice transition. Moving on. I'm going to come back to that later. Let's see. I'm going to do this to the left because I don't want to get away in the sink. Let's see. Countertop 2. There we go. We've got the handle 23. Base, European walnut. Top. I'm going to do the black terrazzo. Also, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know that there's like a lot of different companies that will try to pronounce like their artsy fartsy whatever in like unique ways that no, it's terrazzo or whatever the hell you want to say. It is what it is. Call it whatever you want. It's still the same thing. That's all there is to it. Okay. Let's see what happened there. Oh, I got it on the striped. See, in the handles, I want those copper. Whoops. And this should be just space because I had this built previously. And then I'm going to put the sink right next to it. And the last thing I need is like a set of drawers to kind of fill up that last little bit of space between there and the door. And this is part of the reason that having that door there really doesn't bother me too much, because it took up the space perfectly. There we go, terrazzo, walnut, handles, copper. I'm gonna buy that. See, I think that looks much better. Having like the dark cabinets and like the dark countertops contrasted by like the floor with the matching backsplash. I think that looks a lot better personally, because it's gonna change the location of our contrast to have your eyes kind of follow around rather than up and down. Which following it around is going to work a lot better in this space. Actually, I just realized that wasn't a cabinet previously. Okay, I'm going to copy style. I'm going to copy that. Okay, now I'm actually going to go back because that wasn't a cabinet. I just remembered that was a fridge. That was this thing. The only thing is, I wonder if I can actually... Nope, it's not going to let me do that. Well, shit. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Go ahead and get to copying it. Let's see, I'm going to do that to the right. And the reason I'm doing that to the right is because I got plenty of space to my right, whereas to the left gets in the way of the stove. And I figured if you're in the thick of it and you're trying to cook something, you'd want to reach into the fridge, going to the opposite side of the fridge to open it, and then have to close it to get back to the stove. And I just felt like that was a really weird way of doing things. And I'll show you what I mean when I get this placed. Black iron, there we go. Whoops. This is what I meant. This way you can kind of get into it, get what you need, and you're cooking on top of here, and I'll place that cooktop back there here in just a moment. So what I was thinking, and I remember seeing this before now that I think about it, but I don't know if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. Part of me thinks it's not going to work the way I think it's going to work. And it's going to be really frustrating when it doesn't. Because that's supposed to be an outside corner, not what I'm thinking of. Now I'm not going to try. I'm not going to bother. See, I know that has that little gap. I don't like anything here. If I was using the laminate front, I could make it work. Let me have a look, because I don't think it's going to work the way I think I want it to, but yeah, it's not going to work. Okay. Not unless... No, that's not going to work either, because... Well, I guess I could do it that way, couldn't I? Oh, got this edge over here, never mind. Crud. I don't see a way to make this transition smooth. Because see, if I buy this, it puts it all the way around like that. I just don't see a way to make it smooth. I want to put a bar here, but I don't see a way to do it with these cabinets. I just don't. Dishwasher, yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go for it. I'm just going to go ahead and I guess make this like this. And I want to put that to the right. That way when it opens it doesn't get in the way of the oven. Or that knob won't smack into the glass on the oven or anything like that. Let me see, top. There we go. And we're getting everything set. Oh, come on, really? Gonna make me move you. There we go. And I guess I could just set these two right here as the bar pieces. Like, that wouldn't really be too bad, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's not too awful. It makes me upset that I have to, but it's not too awful that I have to do it. That actually shows where the old floor I was using that wasn't tiled. I changed over to the tiled because I felt like it made more sense for the floor to be able to flex, and tiles allow for that, whereas one solid piece of marble doesn't. So I kind of covered up what I didn't fix because I already had the cabinets there and I didn't want to change out the cabinets at the time. But here we are, you know. It's just, it is what it is sometimes. Let me see. Okay, so I have a feeling. Oh, I didn't even notice. I did change over to imperial measurements, and I see now that those are imperial. So I guess that really makes me want to need to know, like, I'm gonna go into the paint. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70. 175 centimeters. I don't remember how that translates, but I'm just going to place something down and hope for the best because I don't want to deal with it. If I'd have left it in metric, I'd be able to do the math in my head to figure out what I need to put in here. No, not bronze. I want copper. There we go. Oh, almost forgot. And then on this last one, I'm just going to do more like this. There we go. Got the rounded. 3. Go. Excellent. Whoops. So I was right. Okay, okay. I wasn't sure if that was correct or not, but it looks like it is. So there we go. Now we have the little bit of cabinet or a little bit of countertop kind of jutting out here. I don't like that this. It really bugs me. That really bugs me. But there's no way that I've found to make that an even transition like that. I might discover something later, discover a way to do it later, but at the time, I do not have an answer for it, and it kind of upsets me. But anyway, now we've switched over to like the dark countertop with dark cabinets, and got the light backsplash, got the light floor. So it makes it look smaller and feel smaller, but at the same time, it does have a very wonderful coziness to it, like a very warm coziness. Although now that I look at it, it might be a little bit too dark because you really can't make out the fact that there's copper. Ah, crap. It takes out the. I'm not going to change it again, but I am going to remember this for the next time I do something like this, because very clearly it kind of takes away from the copper because now there's a lot of red tones in the countertop, and I thought it was going to accent really well, but all it's really done is kind of dull out the copper, and now you can't really tell it's there. Whereas previously, when you had the light colored countertop, it looked wonderful because when you look at it like this, you know. Come on. Oh, why didn't they do that? Anyway, yeah, when you look at it like this, when you got like the copper on the backdrop of like the light color, it looks a lot better. So I'm gonna have to remember. If I'd done steel, it would have looked a lot better because that would have been a lovely contrast for what we've done. But I'm not going to change it again because I don't feel like doing that. If I had this option right here, it would make me feel a lot better, but I don't. How close am I to that perk anyway? I'll have a perk for cleaning, okay. There's a larger area. Demolishing. I picked this up in the last... oh, I do have the option! Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm actually going to grab... Oh, I'm going to do that. There we go. So yeah, if I've got this option, then I'm going to play around with it a little bit. I'm actually very glad that I looked. I would not have thought of that if I hadn't considered about, oh, that's an option. Oh, I don't have it. Wait, yes, I do. Okay. Let's play around with it then. What looks pretty good? Let's see. I was hoping that would look okay, but like I said, it just drowns out the, yeah, it just kind of drowns out the copper and doesn't really make it look too good. Let's actually talk about, the wood that I'm using. I need to hit the front so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see. I don't really have to use white again because I feel like it's going to be way overpowering. Yeah, because if I did just like a painted or glossy, it would just look overpowering just like that. It's not going to look very good. No, I definitely want to use a natural wood of some kind. There we go. Particle board. Love it! Actually, that might be pretty interesting to put into like a workshop or something. Got the damaged plastic. So this is actually a thing that I've seen from a couple of vendors. I know that one vendor at least calls it Duraform. It is a type of plastic that's supposed to be like fireproof. It's actually a really cool idea, you know, make your cabinets fireproof. It reduces insurance costs of your house because the kitchen is the most flammable area of the house. Usually it's because your cabinets are made of wood. Pine gloss, American cherry, mahogany. See, if I kept the stone as it is, I would have to keep this because it's the only thing that really looks good with it. So let's actually talk about what kind of... Let's see. Brushed aluminum, and I can color the brushed aluminum. Plastic, wood, fork, steel, drift. Let's change it to like sandblasted steel. I'm going to confirm it. That does actually look a little bit better. Let me change all of it to sandblasted steel. And we'll just see how we come out with it. I'm going to change all the details here to sandblasted steel, and we'll see what kind of results we get. Wait a second. That doesn't have the... There we go. I keep hitting tab to close out of it. Okay, so this one's going to make a big difference because I'm going to change the sink and everything. I'm not going to have the sink remain black. The faucet really needs to be something that accents, and I think leaving the faucet as copper is going to really make a big statement. Large enough that it's going to overcome all of the everything else leaving copper. And now if we go up here, and I'm going to change all of this to sandblasted steel. And I want the sandblasted because it's a little bit more dull. It's not quite as shiny. And that's kind of one of the things I was going for was muting the accent a little bit. Yeah, now that everything's kind of changing over, it's kind of... Oh, 20. I thought I was using 23. Whoops. That's awkward. I'll leave the round knobs there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That kind of offsets the earthy tone and makes it a little bit more modern. I like that a lot. Now, one thing that I had thought of was putting another cabinet here, but there's not one that's just 3/4 height like that. At least not one that I found previously. So let's see. There's this one, but that's a refrigerator cabinet. There's not really much I could do with it because it's supposed to be wider like this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna have to leave it as it is. It's not really much I can do there. So now that it's nighttime, I'm actually gonna turn that on again, and just so you can see exactly what it does. That's the effect that it has. It's a cool effect. It's a neat idea. But the engine doesn't allow me to execute it very well. If I could have, at very least, like a tube I could put through the middle of this that would shine light evenly all the way through it, it would be perfect. But right now, it just kind of has like this cool effect of what the shadows it throws, and that's really all it does. So it had this cool idea. It is a cool idea, but the engine doesn't have enough power to really make it stand out as a real option. So let's go ahead and redo the lighting in here, because I know that I've got the there's a chimney right there somewhere. Yeah, right there. Looks like it is 1, 2 away from that window. Let's see if I can grab... I haven't looked for a fireplace yet, so I don't know where it is. Just go ahead and search for it. Fireplace. Results for fireplace. Curiosities. It doesn't tell me where it is, though. It's kind of frustrating. I like that one. I'm okay with that one. Go. Got the base. Got a ceramic base. How do I want to go about it? Let's see. Green marble. Pea gravel. Is that actually the term for it? I genuinely don't know, because I've always just heard this style referred to as cobblestone. Like, I've never heard of it as referred to anything else, but that's kind of weird. Stucco. Damaged old plaster. Plastic. Yeah, let's make a fireplace out of plastic. Great idea. I don't want it to have too much texture to it, because the simple colors of the room, it might take away from them. It's a little bit too shiny, isn't it? Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Let me see. So here's the secondary. I didn't mean to click on this, but I'm going to go through it anyway. Smooth concrete. That has potential. Blocks. Actually, that gives it like just enough texture that if I were to like take something... Holy crap. That's texture. Yeah, you can add a lot of texture to these, but I'm not really looking to add texture to it. I'm just looking to give it some baseline. Honestly, I think the ceramic might be my best shot here. I see the sandstone. Actually, the sandstone looks pretty decent. It's got that dull coloration. But one thing I do want to do is like color it white. And I'm going to leave the brown here. Let's see. Huh? Paladin Lucky. Huh. Okay. I'm guessing that may be an issue with the game, because that doesn't look like it's supposed to be what's there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be what's there. I don't want to do the gray. I hate that it's doing the mantle as well. I'm actually going to change it because it's doing the mantle also. Raw stone. What color can we make that raw stone? That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I can change the color of this one pretty well. I could match the wall with it. I think that was it. And then, of course, these I want to make into like the... Here we go. Kind of match out what I've got elsewhere. And then the details C. This is something I'm going to do in like brick. I could do the same stone I have everywhere else. That's a good idea. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so I've got 2 away from that. So that should be it right there. That should line it up directly with that... with the dealio outside. Now, can I not light that? Is that not an option? Oh, it's not electric. Yeah, it's not electric. I thought I'd be able to light that. Okay, well, maybe not. Am I stupid? Once again, I'm asking the real questions here. Am I stupid? You know what? I'm going to leave it as is. Let me place down the lights in here just so I don't have to sit here and work in the dark. And then I'm actually just going to go elsewhere. I'm not going to do the full interior design today. I'm just going to do the remodeling portion of this house, so don't make this exceedingly long. I'm just going to do it one piece at a time, so I could say the house is done, and then I can come back later and redecorate. What was I looking for? Lights! That's right. I lost my train of thought completely there. And we're going to do ceiling lamps. Let's see. How do I want to do this? And I did notice there's a massive disparity in the price of lights, so I kind of have to pay attention to what I'm buying. Let's see. And I have noticed there are a lot of these nautical themed items just hanging around. I mean, no pun intended for the fact that I'm looking at, hanging lights. Maybe it is intended. You'd be the judge. But yeah, but there's like these tiny little lights that are like crazy cheap, and then there's like these lights that are crazy expensive for what they are. Like this one right here, I didn't realize how expensive this one was until I placed 2 of them. So they're you definitely have to watch what you're placing. I don't like any of these. That one, whoa, dog. Really? Alright, I guess I'm just gonna pick one. I kind of like this one, but I don't want pink. Nothing wrong with pink. I just don't have any pink in the house. Let's do the black iron. We're gonna do the shade in. Actually, no, black iron looks pretty good. And then the socket, I'm actually gonna do that in like a ceramic white. And whoops, I forgot to change this. This is a very important slider. I'm gonna set this like 50. That way it's not like blindingly bright. I'm gonna center this on the I'm gonna guess at it for like side to side, and then I'm gonna come back and modify it. That looks good. Okay. And then I'm gonna place another one like right here. It doesn't really matter for that one because there's nothing to center it on. I just wanted to get it put down. There we go. And because I have it at 50%, it looks like it's a little bit too dull, so I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to increase. Good, it does update live, so that gives me... Oh, this one's not very bright at all to begin with. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so that one plays with 100%. Okay, so because I have that, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to move this over here, and I'm going to try... I don't know how well this is going to go, but I'm going to try getting rid of this door, and then I'm going to duplicate this door from over here. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, yeah, it really doesn't like doing that, but I do like it this way because it'll have like that nice little side light. I wanted one with a transom. Let's actually go see if we can find one with like a side light and a transom, because I just feel like being fancy. Yeah, not really much of anything, is there? I think I ran into this problem previously. Yeah, there's not really anything in here for what I'm looking for. That's okay. I'm going to leave it as is. That's perfectly fine. Because the door's over here, so it kind of gives this other side for the side light. So the door itself didn't actually change size. It's just adding a side light over here, which I'm perfectly fine with. Because of that, I'm going to add in another light. But I'm actually going to add in a wall lamp. Why is that a wall lamp? I'm confused. But anyway, I'm going to add in a wall lamp. I'm actually just going to do this one because it looks pretty straightforward. Got the base. I'm going to follow the black iron approach, and we're going to do this shade. I don't like the fact that it's both in black iron, and I don't want to put it in steel either. So I'm going to go over here. Oh, oh, there's an idea. Striped suede, okay. Burlap? Suede. I think the suede is going to win. Yeah, the suede's going to win. I'm going to put that in white. And I'm actually going to change that. I'm actually going to do copper over here because I do like the idea of at least trying to do copper in a couple places. I'll kind of put it up a little bit higher. I'm going to wire it to this switch. Oh wow, that does cast like straight down, doesn't it? You know what? Instead of putting it to the side, I'm actually going to put it directly over the door. There we go. Now I do wonder, can I... No. It says you can rotate, and I was hoping I might be able to turn it upside down, let it cast its light on the ceiling instead. But because of where it is and what it's doing, I'm actually going to go in here. I'm going to modify it. You know, I'm curious what kind of options we have. So, yeah, it does work exactly as I expected. Color temperature for lights. Lower is warmer, higher is cooler. And a large part of that is the fact that color temperature and physical temperature are two different things. So color temperature determines the temperature at which the element is burning. So physically, the temperature is changing, but color temperature, warmth and coolness of a color, so we think of red as warm, blue as cool, but in fact, red is actually cold, and blue is physically hot. So if you want like a warmer tone, you actually have to set the element to a colder temperature like this. So actually I'm going to do that because of where it is, and I have the earthy tones everywhere else. And then I'm going to turn this down to like 50%. And that's going to cast like that wonderful little bit of wonderfully warm light as you walk in the door. And in fact, if we look at it from outside, it should have this wonderful little effect of, yeah, there it is. Instead of all the light from over there trying to get over here, it's actually casting this warm little bit of glow out the door. That's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay, okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to go in here, and I'm going to move this door now. Because I don't like the fact, again, that I said it before, I don't like the fact that it's right up against this. I want to be able to move it over by one so that I could get a stripe down through here and up through there. So it just looks really nice in here. And we're going to do that by first selling this door. Whoops, I don't want to modify it, I want to sell it. And we're going to knock this wall out. A little bit of screen shake always gets me for the first time. I'm going to move... Oh, I didn't hold it long enough. I got to be real careful because that... Okay. Yeah, when it spreads out, it's a little bit scary almost. Go. Go. Yeah, once I get used to the hammer, I'll be able to do this a little bit faster. But right now, this is my best. Okay. Now, if I move it over by one, that should be plenty. But I'm going to actually physically move it now. There we go. Just so I can look at how it's going to look. Yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Okay. So that's wonderful. Let's actually start by... Oh. It appears I knocked this off as well. So I'm going to just slap it over there. I'm probably not going to do anything in here. Mostly because I don't really know what I want to do with this room just yet. I know it's a garage, but there's a few different options of things I could do in here that could be really cool. Because I do know now that I have seen how the bricks and the building works, I think I could fill in this floor, like just one tile tall. And I could make something really cool in there. and actually change this from being a garage into like its own room and do something else with it. But that's going to be down the road again because I just want to get what's here figured out first. You know, one step at a time. We're not looking to do absolutely everything all at once. Go. There we go. And of course, here again, I've got the toggle option enabled, which is literally just the game playing itself at this point. I just have to wait for it to build this wall, which I will say that the fact that you can just instantly place walls in House Flipper 1 kind of bothered me. So I really like this. Even though the game is playing itself, it's exactly how construction works. You kind of just have to do the legwork to get the job done. Like there's still going to be grunt work, and you have to wait for it to get done before you can go any further. Okay, so next I need to duplicate this. I'm going to put it there. Go. Lovely, lovely. Okay, now I need to rebuild this wall. And this one's going to be a lot faster because there's only one wide. Perfect. Now I need to paint and replace the floor. I'm actually going to move this over by a little bit now that I have a little bit more room to play with. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix our baseboard, and I think I put in a molding up top as well. So we'll fix those first. That way we have our space defined. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. And it looks like we still need to put some flooring in, so there it is. I was about to say, didn't I buy some more of that? When you have this many materials laying around just all over the place, you kind of lose track of what you have and don't have. Next, we're going to go ahead and fix the ceiling. It's just one strip, so it's going to be very easy. Done? Wait. Ah, crap. The ceiling is different. Of course it is, so now we're going to do all of it. Well, it's not too bad. That was weird. The camera didn't want to agree with me there for a moment. Sometimes the keys don't like to cooperate when what's relative to me is not exactly what they're looking for. Okay, and now we got to get the walls. And of course, I did say that I had the idea of possibly... Go. Lost my train of thought there. I did say I had the idea of possibly doing like the wainscot idea in here that I showed you like out here in the kitchen, where I had another strip of the baseboard up here, and I had like the shiplap out here, which I do still have the stuff to do, so it wouldn't be too hard for me to replicate that in here. You know what? I might do that. It wouldn't take too long, especially as small of a room as this is. It'll just be like a quick little thing. And I kind of want to... Whoops. I want to replicate in one of the rooms upstairs anyway, so it'll at least give me a better idea of how to do it really quickly. There we go. Lovely. So if I'm going to do that, the first thing I need is this. And we'll just go up to here. That looks good. And of course, whoops. Here's the shiplap. And of course, this works out really well because it's exactly 3 tall, so I can place it really quickly. This is what I meant by it'll be really quick. I'll have to move the washer, it looks like. Not a problem. We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, trying to move a washer like that in House Flipper 1 would have been a nightmare because it means I would have had to sell it and then come back and then reinstall it when I was done. So yeah, there we go. That looks really awesome, actually. It does look really awesome. Although I do have this thought that maybe like the upper portion of the wainscot should be the same walnut, but I don't want to use too much walnut on the wall, especially when I have so much on the floor and around like the doors and that sort of thing. Oh, that's right. And this is actually going to be this one, I think. Oh, it is not. That's right. It's going to be this one. It's going to go right up the side of that door, and it's going to frame out this room right like that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And then, of course, when I put in like a few different things here and there, like the TV and the couch and some paintings and what have you, it's going to break up the monotony of this big blank wall, and it's going to make it look really nice. I promise it will. I've done this so many times in House Flipper 1 that it is just crazy. And of course, we have this. So now that's done. I'm going to move up to the stairwell up here. But again, I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this, but I think I've kind of figured it out. I think I'm just going to do paint all the way up. I know it's a little bit boring to do that, but I don't see another way to make it look nice, I guess, is the best way to put it. And I've got the white all the way around anyway, so actually before I do that, I'm going to grab this one. Wait, no, that's not right. This one. I'm going to jump up here. I do need to replace those rails as well. There we go. And that's just going to frame that out. And the reason I did that, again, is because I wanted to do something a little bit different as far as like towards the ceiling. And this stone worked out so impossibly well for what I wanted. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. I'm thinking about trying to find like a cabinet or something to put in here, but it's possible I may just redo the shelves. I'm not overly certain just yet. So I'm just going to bypass that while I continue on around. And then, of course, these are the same doors that are downstairs, but I'm still going to just remove them and duplicate from the ones downstairs just to make it faster than trying to click through and find what all I did. Now, I will say, I'm not exactly certain what to do with this corner, because the way it just fires off this landing right here doesn't really jive. The option is there to just go up from it, and I think I might do that actually, now that I look at it. So that means I'm going to need the other one going the other direction. I keep hitting tab to close that that round wheel. And then this will match this over here. That kind of comes up. And it'll give me an option to do something a little bit different. But I'm probably just going to go with paint all the way down. That way it kind of uniformly recombines this area. And you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. Let's see. Let's grab this. We'll do that. Okay. This is going to be a little bit difficult because that's going to extend down into this. But I was smart and painted this upper portion of this in the same color So it looks like it's not going to matter. But the fact that we can paint past stairs now is actually a massive, massive undertaking for an engine. But the fact that we can do it, I am so happy. One of the biggest pet peeves I had was trying to get around stairs in a way that looked nice in House Flipper 1. Let's see. I don't know how to feel about that. Or it's just that random strip going up. I'm thinking I'm actually just going to go ahead and paint this over. There we go. That looks a little bit nicer because it just flattens that wall, and then I'll let the baseboard just kind of continue from there. That's not a problem. I'm okay with that. And you see here where I actually kind of messed up a little bit. So I'm going to get more paint. And then we're going to go 3 wide with this because it's going to take forever if I don't. Go all the way up. Ooh, boy. I would have needed a ladder for that previously. That is one thing I've noticed. We don't need ladders anymore. We just kind of have infinite reach. Either that or we figured out how, you know, paint roller extensions work. Whoop. There we go. Aww. Looks like we do still have some limitations. It's ironic I'm talking about that as I run into a limitation. Go. I kind of expected that to happen. I better not be. I am fully out of paint. Oh, son of a... Whoops. Okay. Again, I shouldn't say that, but that's just a candid reaction for you. I shouldn't say it that way, but that's a candid reaction. Go. Purchase that. There we go. So same thing down here. I didn't know quite what to do with this because that baseboard came around this way. I'm still going to leave it there because I do like how it frames out the stairs. But not how I would do it if I did it again. There we go. What's that? Oh, I guess it's just the... Oh, okay, I see, I see. This... Go. I'm going to run out of these when I'm like halfway through doing something. I know it. Yeah, I'm going to need to modify the windows up here and everything. Let me go ahead and do that while I'm standing here. Let's see. Yes. You know what? It's going to be faster. There we go. Go ahead and fix all the windows while I'm around. Wait a second. No, that's right, that's right, that's right. And if you notice, I've already cleared everything out of this room as well. I just kind of got tired of looking at it, to be honest with you. Why is that just regular casement? That's weird. You know what? No, we're not letting that stand. Actually, I kind of like that. I have to make sure that when I go outside, I make sure to get this area too. I do see we're over an hour, but I'm going to kind of at least get the stiles all plastered down for the windows, that sort of thing, and I might pick this up in the next episode. So let's go ahead and get this done. Go. Love this window. I might even try to make a bigger one. I wonder if there is a bigger one. What kind of windows do we have that are double hung? Let's actually look into that. Double hung, double hung, double hung. That's a 7 by 7. I think that's as big as this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's a 7 by 7. That's also a 7 by 7. 7 by 7. Yeah, it looks like 7 by 7 is about as big as it gets. Ooh. Oh. Oh my. Oh, an 8. There's an 8. But I do see a really interesting idea here. Yeah, boy, I see an idea here. Let's go ahead and put that down. And I'm going to grab the other side. We're going to put it on the other side. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and copy, paste, paste. Boy, look at that. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Kind of matches the catty corner of the roof. Kind of rolls in, has a nice soft edge to it. Boy, I bet that's going to look awesome from outside too. Alright, so I don't really want to change anything about the floor plan up here. I'm thinking I might get rid of this, just make it not worry about this. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do that like right now. Actually, I was just complaining that the episode's a little bit too long for my liking, so I'm actually going to go down here. We're going to grab the, we're going to grab a door. Copy style. There we go. Paste. 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 Wait, that's the wrong direction, but that's okay. I will fix that in just a moment. And paste. Oh, that's interesting. That is a different kind of door. Let's modify that. Let's see. Door handles, door handle lock. Base A, base B. Aha, that's how you do it. Okay. To the right, confirm. To the right, confirm. Okay. And that's almost done. Let me make sure I get the, oops, copy style. There we go. Get that done. And make sure, yeah, these are done as well. Okay. Let me paint the area around this window, and we'll call it good there. And then next episode, we'll pick up in the upstairs area. Wonderful, wonderful. There it is. I don't know about how I feel about this window, and I kind of want to put a window there as well. I feel like there was one there, and I accidentally sold it. I'm not sure. I genuinely do not remember. Huh. Yeah, because there isn't anything that's... Yeah, that's just a blank wall. But anyway, I'm going to call it good there. We will see you in the next episode, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.